What's up, guys? Well, it's that time. It's race time, or I should say test time. There's a big race up in Albany, Georgia tomorrow at US 19 Dragway. They run the race from the backside of the track and they call it the hole. Same place I ran up there in March, like March 7th. So we got a little bit of data. I was looking at the data logs last night, you know, just looking at the power versus the time that I was bringing it in, what I was leaving on, trying to get a game plan. But they're offering testing tonight, so we're gonna go up there and test, and I got the draggy with me. So if we feel like we can be competitive, because there's some bears up there or coming, which I'll try to get some footage of all that as well. But I wouldn't be surprised if there's gonna be cars running, you know, 5.0s, 5.15s up there on Noprep. So our game plan, I'm gonna go up there today, set up and do some testing tonight and get some data on the draggy and walk the power in. They're doing like a little cash days tonight and a couple of other type like little 4-car shootouts, like grudge races. So we should be able to get a couple passes in between all of that. And like I said, we'll look over the data, and if it looks good, then we'll go ahead and stay the night, and we'll enter the shootout for tomorrow, which if I can, I'll try to slide the flyer in here so you can see it. But it's supposed to be 64 cars, $10,000 to the winner. Winner takes all, I suppose. It's $300 buy-in, so 64 times 300. I'm a little confused on the math, but the pot is 10,000. So we're about to hit the road now. It's about a 3.5 hour drive. Got the bird in the trailer. So we'll see how it goes. All right, we arrived last night, made a couple test hits, changing the boost ramp, making suspension adjustments, and I'll slide those videos in after this clip. But we just kept kicking the tires, and then we slowed the ramp down and made it leave less hard, I guess we'll say that, less hard. And when the boost came on later on, it knocked the tires. I had to let out of it on that run. But we're just eating some breakfast and making a ride height adjustment. Hopefully we can get more bite, more lower control arm angle. Is that right? Yeah. So what we eating on, Will? Steak.
Breakfast of champions.
So we're thinking we're gonna get some test hits in today before the shootout. Will's pressuring me to race, but I don't want to get my teeth kicked in if the car's not gonna go down the track.
Scared.
He says I'm scared. It's that peer pressure. But like I said, we're making some a ride height adjustment, and hopefully we're going to get to make a test hit before we either have to enter the shootout or not enter it. I have to make that decision. And I also turned the boost ramp way down because it went into second gear on the last run. The last clip I'll put in here in a second. It you can see it smokes the tires, goes to second gear and rides on out, but it hit second gear because I got a shift solenoid. It shifted at 0.9 seconds into the run, and ran high gear the rest.
That stuck though.
But it stuck
after it spun.
Because it shifted, so it's what I'm thinking. But so stay tuned. Hopefully we'll get some test passes here in a second. What's up, guys? We made it back home safe. I just pulled the car out of the trailer. We still got oil pressure, so that's good. But I did learn something funny. I want to share this with you. The Duramax don't give a damn if you blow a tire. Like, I have no idea how long that tire was gone before people were flashing their lights at me, and I'm like, man, what's going on here? So I pulled over at like 1:30 in the morning on 75 and walked around, seen a tire was gone. I changed the tire. But so the clips I just put in were testing from Friday night, and then Saturday morning we did a suspension adjustment. We lifted the whole car up like an inch or inch and a half, I can't even remember now, but we did that, lifted the car up and adjusted the pinion angle again. And we made 2 more test passes, which I'll put all these clips in here in just a minute. 2 more test passes on Saturday morning before the buy-in, and the ride height adjustment and pulling a little bit of power out, it helped. So I felt like we at least had a shot. You know, it was worth. We drove all the way up there and tested Friday night, stayed the night. It was worth at least, you know, trying. You never know. There was a lot of bears there, but they could spin or wheelie, or, you know, a lot of different things can happen. So I felt like I had just as good a chance as anybody else. So we went ahead and bought in, and like I said, two test passes, and then we drew second race, left-hand lane against a Mustang, a turbo Mustang. I haven't really seen any of these videos that everybody else was taking for me, but from what I've heard, they told me that, you know, I had him covered pretty good. Looked like he started to reel me in high gear. In the second round, we raced a guy here local that I actually know. So it's funny, you drive 3 hours to Georgia and you end up racing somebody from your same town. But he had a Firebird, big block, not a Firebird, a Thunderbird, a Ford Thunderbird, or a Cougar, one of the two, but big block, nitrous. And I think I came out on him, and then he either scrambled or grabbed a second stage or something like that, and they said he spun the tire. So you know, that's one of those things. He easily could have beat me the same way. And then the third round, we drew a car or a guy named Sanchez. I haven't met him. I met a couple of his crew guys. They seemed pretty cool. But we had seen the car making passes the night before, and I think he made a couple passes Saturday morning as well. And you know, we knew that we had to spice up the tune a little bit, bring some more power in, and it didn't help because he just absolutely drove off on me. Like, you know, I felt like my car was doing good. It was moving around a little bit more, so I knew there was some wheel spin with the added power, but I don't think it would have made a difference. He just eased on out. And I'm not sure if it's in the clip either, but I said my key switch broke, so we have the car hot wired right now. Well, on the third race, the one where I got beat, after the burnout, when I rolled forward, the car shut off. So we'll snatch the door open, and the ignition wire that we have rigged up in there temporary. You know, I only bring so many tools and parts and pieces. We're able to scrounge together some butt connectors and spade ends and stuff, and get the car hot wired so we can jump start it. And so that wire fell out, and I mean, it has been melting. It's, you know, like, I'll have to show it to you in a second, but I just want to explain what I'm getting at here. And I also haven't looked at the data log from that race yet either. But anyways, the ignition wire fell out. Will opens the door, stabs it back in there. He bumps it over, car starts. I put it in reverse. I hit the trans brake button. Wire falls back out, it dies again. So it's like, you know, at this point, he's already backed up, probably, you know, ready to get on the trans brake stage and all. And we're still 15 foot out. So Will opens the door again. I said, dude, just smash in there as hard as you can. So he does that, and I put it in reverse and back up. And he lines me up. And like I said, let off a trans brake, and old Mustang just pulls away from me. So that may or may not have been a factor in why I got drugged so bad. But I have to look at the data log at that and see if it did affect anything or not. But here's what we got going on. So see if I turn the dome light on, if it'll help any. So these are the wires that melted on us. Well, this is a little jumper that we built. is what we had, but this plugs into the key switch, and the key switch up here failed. So unplug this, and we built this little jumper rig. And let's see if I can demonstrate here how we do it. So you take this, plug that in there, and hope it stays. And then the ignition's on. Then you take this one, and that's what turns it over, which I don't have no power on the car right now as far as the main disconnect switch, so there's no fuel pump, no power to the starter. But that's that. Turn that back on. So all in all, we had fun. It was a good time with good friends. And we're supposed to do another one in Orlando called like OSW Shutdown on November 28th, I believe. So maybe we can test before then, maybe not. I think that race is straight off the trailer, no testing on that surface. But again, I don't know. But I feel like I'm rambling on at like 6 minutes now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put those clips in of the action. Like, subscribe, share, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
That's what's up. Where's that little kid? Made it to the third.